We're back again on Lutherans Alive with Dr. Chuck Lockwood and Sheila Tallarico of Glade Run Lutheran Services. Before the break, folks, we were talking about the horse experiences in the gardens, different things that the young folks can get involved in. And I was thinking, I'm sure there may be viewers out there who either are close enough or would be interested enough to make a trip to Glade Run and to be able to see some of the facilities and what's offered, and maybe even get involved as a volunteer. Sheila, how do we encourage that, or how do we make that happen for folks if that might be a possibility?
Encourage it strongly.
Okay.
We are always, as a relatively large organization, it takes a lot of hands to run it, particularly things like the horticulture and animal program. So volunteers are always welcome and always needed. We have a limited number of staff, and that's been cut back slightly, so we always welcome volunteers who have an interest in those types of things to come in and help feed the horses or weed the gardens. Those things, horses don't feed themselves and the gardens don't weed themselves. So volunteers to work with that program, volunteers who have some special skills, playing a piano, art and music, that they would be willing to share with some of our children. Sports skills. We have some volunteers that come in and do sports clinics. We have a large ball field and a large playground on our campus that's available for volunteers to come in. We are very fortunate that we have a number of volunteers who support us and donors who support us with both monetary and in-kind contributions, which of course are always very welcome. We do a number of drives throughout the year, back to school, Christmas, Easter baskets and things like that, so that our kids can experience the same types of things that they would experience as if they were home. So those types of things are always certainly welcome. We always love to have groups get involved, and I think that once you come onto Glade Run's campus and get involved, you come back because it's such a rewarding experience.
And before the program, you were saying, I know that if people can't make it to Glade Run, that you spend some time out there sharing the word and telling the story. I don't know if you'd call it a speaker's bureau, or, but you would be one of the people that would be available to give a talk at a congregation or share the story of Glade Run.
Absolutely. We love the opportunity to go out and talk about Glade Run, both the staff in the foundation office as well as some really tenured staff who work directly with the children. I'm always willing to go out and tell our stories and let people know how they can get involved.
Well, I hope this is one more vehicle that helps to get the word out there and help tell the story. Chuck, I know you wanted to talk a bit today also about the educational emphasis that has become a really integral part of Glade Run's ministry, hasn't it?
Yes. We've actually been doing education for a long time. And we first built a new educational building back in 1993, but now we've gone and built a new one and added on an even larger educational building to accommodate the needs of surrounding school districts. Education is just a very important way to reach the lives of kids. I mean, if you were to, everybody goes through it, first of all. I mean, everybody's been in school, everybody's dealt with issues in school. But it's a great place to identify and address issues that kids may be having early on, before they get worse and before they need some additional resources. And
that's where all that early socialization and development is happening, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. And we actually have bullying programs that we've trained at St. Stephen's, and I know school districts have worked on that as well, because that's been a big issue lately. And we know what that leads to on the national scene. There have been some very tragic events because of that. But our educational program is expanding. We not only have grades 1 through 12 for special ed and kids of different needs, and the autism program, but now we also are trying to take the school program out into the community, into school districts, and try to reach kids and work with in a collaborative relationship, school principals and superintendents and teachers and guidance counselors in school, trying to help kids right in the schools when issues start to occur, so we can cut them off as early as possible. So it's a great means of delivering healthy and therapeutic services in an environment that we're all used to.
That really helps describe what I was thinking of asking you in terms of the range of services that Glade Run offers. That does a good job of describing at least that one piece, because we're talking about all the way from a full-time resident who's going to be living with other residents there at the Glade Run campus, to people who are out there functioning in the world and simply relying on some support services to help them get through some difficult times, or as you're describing, even just simply identifying some of the problem areas in their regular school lives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, anyone, using the numbers that you've been putting up, anyone could call in and ask about services in the community, which might be something that we could follow through in a school setting. We could follow through potentially in their home setting. We could follow through by having them come into an office. So there are a whole bunch of ways that services can be delivered, from just a few sessions or a few meetings to more extensive over a period of a month or 2 months or so, where someone could be involved with the family and help them. Maybe even just coaching them and giving them ideas about how to deal with certain behaviors that they don't understand.
We only have about 30 seconds or so left in today's program. The time has really flown. But you mentioned also a sanctuary program. Can you just touch on that in a few seconds for us?
Sanctuary is a model that is actually a statewide model that we've embraced, and it really deals with safety, emotional management, loss, and creating a future for our kids. And we do it throughout the whole organization. So it's not just something we impose on someone. Sheila and I actually will go through some of and the whole management team will experience some of the tools in the sanctuary toolbox, and deal with some of these very same issues that the kids will be dealing with. So we look at our own emotional management. We look at our own loss and our own future.
It's obvious as we talk that there are many, many things we could continue to talk about today in the wide range of benefits that the ministry at Glade Run provides. But we do have to draw things to a close today. Thanks so much for taking the time to come in and help inform our viewers.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. This is Lutherans Alive. We hope you've enjoyed today's program and the opportunity to hear about a very valuable ministry to a wide range of people here in our region. We hope you've enjoyed today's program. Until next time, good day, and God bless you.